Actually, no, let's just check all regions. I want to know what the ALK situation is like, because we didn't really see this hero at all during Division 1 Western Europe. Okay, it's actually... It's been picked up by
He was
Health
owning in
time.
China. Yeah, he was doing, especially when Extreme Gaming played it. Extreme Gaming at some point, I think they were 80% win rates or something like that with ALK.
Oof. Okay, here we go. Nice. We have a regional breakdown. So Western Europe, we saw it played 3 times with a 0% win rate. No wonder I kind of forgot about this hero. Because, of course, in last tour, or in Division 1 at least, I only did Western Europe, really. So I didn't really get to the ALK exposure. But then when I look at other regions, yeah, North America, 10 games, 10% win rate. Okay, so they're not very good at it. SEA, 56% win rate. All right, all right. China.
How many games?
SEA, it was 18 games.
Okay.
So, or 16 games on core at least. So they've got a pretty healthy stat. And then, of course, China leading the charge with 11 games, 63% win rate. So when you think about regional distribution of Alchemist, China and SEA, they're the two kind of at the forefront of successful Alchemists.
So a lot of good Alchemist games throughout the course of Division 1. And was watching some C, so got to see some of them there too.
Yeah.
Like when he's played well, like what we saw in the previous game, the hero can genuinely look and feel unstoppable. He's online so quickly. And I kept laughing at how shocked you'd be. You'd click on him and you'd be like, where's this extra item coming from, dude? Where's this gold? What the hell is this? The ALK effect. But it's not a consistent hero in being able to do that. And one of the reasons why he fell off a little bit in China was because of the rise of TB. Playing ALK into TB doesn't always feel like a great time.
Yeah.
So we started to see less and less of the Alchemist. But here the ALK came first before the Terrorblade. So both of them, we get to see a demonstration of if there's new tech that's been evolved to deal with the Terrorblade as ALK.
Yeah, I feel as well with this ALK kind of meta, it shifts from when ALK was really prevalent. As soon as 7.33 came out and the map was bigger and wider, people were like, oh my god, ALK's amazing because we just put him mid. And then it's like, you can't gank him because then our sidelines farm and then he just AF. And then we have all this greediness. And then everyone decided to, let's fight more, let's be more aggressive, let's care less about this creep wave and go for that kill. And suddenly ALK became too greedy of a hero. And I think calibrating that into where you need to sit it, and realistically, I think it is best played in like off lane or carry position, because if you're lacking your mid lane explosive like haste or DD rune into kills, then suddenly the game can get weird and maybe a little bit too static for the current meta. So I like the fact that we are seeing SEA and China really kind of put the hero in the correct place compared to other regions, at least a month ago, which was a bit of a not enough information, heroes maybe too good, and then people understand what to do.
Yeah. It's just the way the world of Dota, always figure some stuff out, and then how people approach a hero changes. It's always very funny to me as well, how the meta evolves. The fact that the patch notes can actually stay exactly the same, values don't need to be changed, just our own collective understanding of the game. Yeah. All of us just all decide, the hive mind, yes. There's a disturbance in the hive mind, in the force. We can feel it.
Ooh, truly the best.
Also, another hero that we've been seeing a bit more on the come up, the Dark Willow, the Dank one. I started to see her primarily as an answer to the Spirit Breaker, but now she's just being picked, heads up. People are just feeling like maybe Dark Willow is actually a decent hero. What's your read on the situation?
I think I've always enjoyed Dark Willow as a concept because you're just an aggressive support that has, like, if you can exclude your whole control being root based and kind of a little bit, okay, let me rephrase it. Your whole hero is not instant lockdown. Everything takes a little bit of time. The casting of your root, the waiting for your stun to pop, the charge up of your realm. If you can ignore that delay, it's a very cool toolkit. And then on top of that, you then have the damage aspect, where if you're having a good game, you're suddenly assassinating heroes. So I think it is a very diverse hero. In the correct hands, you can destroy lanes and then also just have incredible holding positions. So yeah, I highly rate this hero. But again, the fact that it doesn't have instant lockdown will always sour it compared to other position 4s where that kind of is the need for that role.
To be fair, though, if it had instant lockdown, oh my god, it would be busted.
It'd be too good. Like, imagine if Willow, Like Curse Crown got changed from some 4-second delay to just an instant stun or something. Like this hero would be first phase picked and banned, right? Like
Yeah.
I think it's one of the few heroes that once it got introduced into Dota, and of course the new hero OPness got whittled away, it is in like that perfect spot. I don't think there's a single spell on this hero that I would want to see changed in like a 7.34 patch, for example. Like this hero just, I'd be happy if she stayed like this like for the rest of time. Like she is in like the perfect spot as a hero in regards to how she plays and her spells, I feel.
Just in a nice space. And a lot of Dota heroes kind of don't want to be too good because, you know, if you're too good, the ban hammer, the nerf hammer is eventually coming. You're going to stay in the mainstream for as long as humanly possible.
So Dark Willow's pub win rate is actually 49.4%. So it's not a 50% hero, but it's still in the... No, not too bad.
What skill bracket is that?
This is a pro pubs.
Oh, pro pubs. Okay.
Yeah. I only speak of the pro pubs.
Okay.
Never shall we include the divines and the ancients and the heralds into our statistics. For they build one too many Midases. Yeah. No.
It's never enough Midases in the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, so the reason why I think Willow's win rate is a little bit lower right now is because people are trying to force her into different roles. Because Nine played it on mid. A couple people are even trying to play it off lane. And, you know, with experimentation, you tank some L's. So I would probably say that Willow's meant to be on like a 50% win rate right now. But because of all these, you know, filthy core players trying to put her in places she's not meant to be, kind of hindering her look, but alas.
I kind of do want to see her more in the mid lane role. In specific, when they have games where there's a Beastmaster around. Because that ag stuff is stupid nuts every single time that I've seen it. And I want to see basically how much damage can come, right? There was a game I saw where they had Beastmaster who got a Thunderhide. It was so funny. Like, her with Frenzy, just being this massive turret. I definitely want to see more of that in games.
Yeah, it's like the build, at least in... When you see the pos for Willow, so in high-ranked EU games, there's at least 2 or 3 Willow players, and they have like the same build, which is they play pos 4, they do well in lane, they buy like Mask of Madness, Axe, or like they go Axe first, Mask of Madness, and then Moonshard.
Yes.
And it's like the most greedy thing. But they obviously always find that kill potential at some point. They don't have a Force or a Glimmer. The pos 5 has to do it all. But they will always just kill. And the annoying thing is, these players, not only do they do this exact build of like Mask of Madness Ags, they do on ET as well. Like they have the same crossover of hero, because it's like, if I can kill heroes with Willow, I can do the same with Elder Titan. And it's hysterical, because every time they join the game, you're like, you know it's coming. You know they're going to do it.
Just a matter of time.
I don't expect it this game, of course, but...
I really hope one or both of those players get signed to like big teams. I want to see this every game, man. That sounds hilarious.
God, they play against each other. It's like one team first picks Willow, one team like second picks ET plus something. Yeah. Like ET Rubik, so you can steal the Willow spells. God.
So you buy Aghanim Scepter, then on the Rubik you rush it, and then you become the better Dark Willow.
God. Did you see in chat what the reason of this pause was, by the way? Echo has spammed way too much stuff for me to see the reason.
Yeah. And there's also a non-zero chance that the reason was not communicated in English.
That's fair. I was ready to Google. Do you think Scrift's hinting at us that we should talk about the amount of branches that we're seeing in the inventories, or do you think he just forgot to close the...
Let's see, what is there? We do have a higher than average amount of blood grenades, but there are a lot of branches. I'll definitely give him that.
Okay, you count Radiant, I'll count Dire, all right? Go.
All right, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13.
13, 14, 15. 15 for Dire. That's impressive.
It's a lot of branches.
And a wand, yeah.
And
17,
my
17.
God.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks, Griff. There's a lot of branch commitment there from both of these teams.
I mean, okay. So I know PGL developers Pepper is normally in chat for Western Europe. Maybe he's in bed for China. I wouldn't blame him. It is early morning in Romania, but I know he'll watch the VODs. He's a good lad. So if he is watching this VOD, or, someone at PG wants to hint at him, could you please just do dumb stats for me? So basically, I want you to do for example, branches bought at the start of the game. Tally it up every game, and then just be at the end of the game, the team with more branches won, right? And then at the end of a season, you can then find out, did 19 branches average, was that the optimal for winning the game? It obviously has no meaning for Dota. It's like a bullshit stat, but it's just the dumb stuff. But they're smoked up into the high ground. Will they kill off Summer?
They're gonna try. They throw in the blood grenade first. Summer triggers out the stun, throwing it back. It connects onto multiple heroes, so they might get the first blood themselves. With the Scream of Pain, Garn will find the first blood, gets a double on top of it. The Wild Axes from Dolem is putting in some pressure, and Shining should probably end up dead as well. Right-click down by the Beastmaster. The Holy Grail find themselves 3 heroes. They position on the high ground. They were waiting patiently, T, and they absorbed the pressure, got the kills, want to still get some bounties, and don't even lose anybody in the process.
Yeah, I think that was just a really bad move from the Dire side, because when you look at the heroes that they have, do you see innate kill combos and threat at level 1? Not really, but on Holy Grail, it's like Scream, you got Neverblast, Concoction, Bramble, Axes, each hero, all 5 heroes have something to present. And yeah, for last arc, they don't at all. And it also was a very obvious path that they took. When it's the 5-man smoke into that high ground spot, how many times in all pro games do you see that steps area be the contest? So yeah, I wish last arc maybe took a different route, looked to try and find a single hero to supplement the fact that they didn't have perfect damage with their heroes, but they fall victim to their need for aggression, giving away 3 hero kills, plus the ward, 2k gold lead already at the 40-second mark. That
and 3
is
bounties.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean...
All
okay.
Right, you want a dumb stats, right? Now, here's the one that I want to actually investigate. How many games where a team was been behind 2k by this point in the game have there been comebacks?
That's... I think it also is very dependent on the draft that they have, the momentum they can present. And for Holy Grail, this is already this type of lead should present themselves quite a healthy win probability. Yeah. Echo already struggling in the Cop v Pango matchup. And once again, I guess last game, the Pango got the advantage, and now Quap gets the advantage in a matchup which is already good for her. Yeah. I'd be surprised if Echo can even consistently stay near this creep wave. He might be able to aggro, drag back a creep and get a CS or 2, but it's going to be very much get what you're given in this mid lane.
Poor Echo, 2 games in the series that he's found himself on the back end of this Pango versus Quap matchup. Even when he was playing the favorable hero, things didn't necessarily shake out that way. So have to certainly see the best out of him to recover in this mid lane. On the side lanes, for Lost Dog, because things have gone south, they also need to make sure that this TB gets off to a phenomenal game. Because the worst thing in the world would be if Dolem ends up just completely dominating him in the lane. Then the game just feels effectively over.
Maybe killing off why. Had to make sure I said 4 of them.
Hey, my man.
But no, they're not. Oh,
actually,
yeah, they are.
might. He stepped out of the tree side. Oh, no. He thought maybe he could be protected by his magic stick. Why did he step out? He was actually safe. He would have lived.
And you asked about maybe threatening this Beastmaster TB having to have a good start. Meta has been used. Dom's about to get his helm. This is the window where you kill Beastmaster. It's the pre-helm where he has wand and branches, no major regen. You get a kill, maybe a second kill, and he's always chasing the helm. And then at that point, he thinks about alternative options. Does he need to go for the ring? Does he need to just go for something just alternative? Because he can never get to that gold amount. But in this lane, with the 3 kills that happen bottom, he's 2-0-2. He kills the silencer. Yeah, this is already going to be a Beastmaster that should be taking tier 1. Okay, quick mini game. Let's predict when the tier 1 tower falls.
Ooh, on top lane,
I'm going to say 9 minutes 21.
9:21, my friend. You are very optimistic about Lost Dog's chances. I would say 8 minutes.
No, I mean Beastmaster takes 8 minutes. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I just realized you went smaller. You actually think it's that quick? All right, fair play.
I think it's 8
I actually
minutes.
thought you said like 12 at the start, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go cool and say a smaller number, but you actually didn't predict. I just misheard you. All right, so you're saying 8. I'm saying 9:21. Let's tune back in a 5 minutes time to this lane.
Let's see. I will caveat this by saying that I expect SJ, who's putting in some work down bottom onto the techies, to make a small trip through the twin gate and use his nether blast spam on the tower. But
Yes.
I do expect it around that time.
So I'd like to see that as well. Because this bot lane with Timbersaw, Out can push it out really nicely with this acid spray. Just Timber can never hug the wave and utilize it to his to the aggression.
Timber. I wonder what he's going to be building this game for Shining. The one thing
I
is
want to
that...
be him.
Yeah?
So I was gonna say, I want to see him be very, like, core hungry. You know, like some Sanj Kaya, the BKB, the Hex, like the Amar style of play. Like, I don't want to see him go for yaws and cheap utility. I just want to see him kind of AFK in the bot side of the map, continue farming, continue thriving. Because then when Out gets big, Timbersaw will always be, if you mess up, I'm next to you, I'm here. So I hope he goes for a very greedy playstyle.
We'll see what he opts to do for Shining. As through this mid lane, Echo did get himself a kill onto SJ. But SJ is like, ha, you fool, activated my trap card. I was just trying to refill the bottle.
Yeah, that's a very annoying thing. But as soon as you see the refill bottle mid, you need to go for that fight. Why? Oh, God, I don't know if I'm getting better at saying his name quickly, but anyway, the repercussion Summer in the bot lane, he is getting absolutely dived from this.
Yeah, SJ is going to get revenge by taking down the techies. However, losing out on the Alchemist is a really big deal. Shining, just TP's back to the tier 1 tower. He's fine.
What the hell's happened here? Echo's gone all the way top. Oh, but he doesn't get the bottle refill. Absolute calamities have occurred.
They might kill Dolan though. Swashbuckle, shield crash. They actually have enough damage. They killed the Beastmaster. What a time to be alive. You wanted them to kill him earlier on, just before the helm emerged. And it's a bit harder to do now. But not only do they kill him, why also finds a young D-Ward in the process.
God, it gets me every time. But no, for Echo, it's you rotate top, you don't get the bottle refill. You do kill off the Beastmaster, which is good. Techies, of course, TP's mid, so now none of the support deaths have helped enable Echo realistically. Sure, you've given a little bit of breathing room to this Terrorblade, but I think the trade-off is Beast is still, 400 gold away from his helm. TB now doesn't have meta, so there's going to be like a good 2-minute window of off-lane presence again from the Beastmaster. Ooh, again, whiffing the Sonic Wave.
He still gets the kill, though. He still gets the kill. That actually makes it even more painful.
It does.
That he got the kill without having to use the Sonic Wave. Oh, no. We do see DQQ unable to defend the Haste Rune, and Garn actually gets swashbuckled with Arcane Curse on him. Won't be able to step back in and defend DQQ then, who is in an awkward place. Try to survive a Shadow Realm, but dies thanks to the shield crash. Garn, you're going to try and look for the kill onto Echo, relying on the Curse Crown thrown in by DQQ, and it's going to be right about his assessment as he brings down this young Echo Pangolier. Cost his own life, which is a dominating streak ended. So why? A ton of experience and gold for basically solo killing the Quap there.
Yeah, Silencer went from having wand and a raindrop to suddenly, I got a boots now. So he's not complaining at all about these kills. But still, the trajectory of the game, all cores on Holy Grail are just farming up. Quap's even higher net worth than the Alk, having a stellar game. All right, this is the... Summer just... He is getting absolutely just non-stop spells getting thrown at him, the poor lad.
Yep. It's the right thing for them to do, though. God, not going to be able to find the kill onto normal end. But you want to make sure that you force SJ to stay down here. If SJ is staying down here, he can't be showing up top, can't be lending Nether Blast. Messing up my prediction, which is the worst thing, but
it's all good.
Keeping the game going.
But alright, so Beastmaster just completed the helm, right? You've got 21 seconds for them to do 1,715 damage to this tower, which is, again, it is possible if we accelerate the items that they have in their inventory.
Yeah.
I mean,
make sure you have like... I actually don't think you can do it, right?
No.
Beastmaster alone, 15 seconds?
No,
Yeah,
it's
it can't be done.
literally impossible. I think
Feels bad.
my prediction of 921, it's viable. I think it's dependent on where Echo goes on the map. If Echo TP's bottom, 100% this tower falls. If Echo holds his TP and the Terrorblade wants to posture with Metamorphosis, this is a defendable tower. And you can see the Beastmaster, he's hesitant right now, but because Echo's showing bottom, killing off SJ, instantly going for the tower.
And Terrorblade also takes the Twin Gates.
Oh, yeah,
they
she
do kill
died
off
as
the
well?
Pangolier though the entire time, and Gone with the double damage rule also wants the Silencer's life, and we'll get it here inside the jungle on the Radiant side. They get themselves a bunch of kills on these heroes, and all this is happening. It opens up space for Dolem. Oh my goodness, it's actually happening. See, they got the tower. Does it still count? It's still at 8 minutes. All right, surely?
I mean, 8:46, so I said 9:21, so that was 35 seconds.
Let's split the difference.
Oh, I mean, that sounds what a losing man would say, but no, we can split the difference. We were in between. We won't go for the semantics. It's all good.
Well, towers though will fall on both sides of the map as the move was mirrored. Good rotation from Erica, using the meta to take the tier 1 on the other side. Now in the jungle though, Queen of Pain, she's been silenced up with the slow bow, and they're gonna try and kill her, and they'll succeed. Why? Turning into the bane of the existence of the Queen of Pain. She dies again and gives away more intel towards the silencer.
I think Echo, he's just trying to find his place on the map. We've seen him run top, get a kill, go bottom, feed away his life. Like it's a difficult game for this Pango, especially when you're playing into this co-op. You know you're going to be at net worth disadvantage, and your entire game boils down to let my opponent provide me an opportunity to hit that perfect swash, that rolling thunder. And yeah, Holy Grail aren't really doing that. So Echo just kind of clawing his way around the map, hoping, and nothing's really hitting right now for him.
Yeah. Poor guy, man. He got handled in the laning phase pretty hard in the CS department. Net worth is also reflecting that. He's going to be struggling to have any kind of real legitimate progress. But it's going to be up to his team to try and connect with some rotations if they want to bring it back into this game.
Let's see. It's trying to see if Beastmaster was going to kind of showcase what type of build he was going for, but not really got anything in his quick buy, and he's currently farming up the ancient stacks. Haven't really seen Last Arc try and block these off or prevent the ease of stacking that we see from Beastmaster, and in doing so,
they heard you.
Happily farming. I mean,
They heard you, bro.
Up
They're coming.
Bit late.
Yeah. Let's see if they can at least get a kill here. They find the blast off onto SJ, so the partner should at the least be a small kill for themselves. The Rolling Thunder, they don't connect with it. He actually gets out instead. Why? Dies to DQQ. Oh my goodness. Things go from bad to worse for the side of Last Dark. Dolem, Ada Chakram, they miss the swashbuckle, and Shining also misses the Timber Chain. He's now on the high ground, but he's still fairly tanky on the Timber Soul, so they don't actually want to go onto him. We see that this Beastmaster, he's so unconcerned about what they're doing. He's not even stopping his farm while this fight is happening. He's like, I have more important things to do than to play around with y'all.
Oh. God, yeah, he doesn't care at all. Wait, I am assuming that this is Dire Watcher, right? It is correct for Spectator. I know that there was an issue with Spectator originally, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
They fixed that, all right. He didn't even deward the Watcher. What a lad.
Who needs it? He's like this.
Actually, it's a power statement. He's like, you know what? Watch me farm these ancients. You can't do anything.
I want you to see me.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me whilst I get everything I want in life.
It's like, watch, kids, maybe you'll learn something.
That's why I'm confused, because on the mini-map, it's green. That's why I'm perplexed. I'm pretty sure it's bugged. Can we toggle the vision on Radiant Dire?
All right, let's see.
So it's not Dire, it's Radiant.
It's Radiant.
I was right, it is bugged.
Radiant. Wow, okay.
Thank
it
you,
is still bugged then.
My man.
They were supposed to have fixed it.
So this red Dire Watcher is Radiance. Therefore, it's very perplexing for the viewer. Please, can we fix this? Thank you. Clip it and ship it, boys. Clip it and ship it.
Unfortunately for you here, T, this game is still in beta. Gonna take a little bit of time.
That is true. Once Counter-Strike 2 is released, we will have the resources to be able to fix our watches.
Right now, the game has sort of ground down a little bit, which is very good news for the side of the Lost Dog, given how things have been going for them. The fact that things are going to slow down, giving TB time to farm up. Pango is catching back up again. He's just finished the Diffusal Blade without losing his tier 1 tower. So the game state's not great overall, but I think they could probably still take a fight soon.
Where's the... Okay. Trying to kind of get the feeling of when that momentum shift is going to occur. Because for Last Ark, the entire game is going to be farm what you can before the great reckoning of snowball aggression comes out, because it's always inevitable with the Beastmaster, with the out, and the timing is soon. Summer, he's going for that Blink Dagger. Echo's even rolling onto mid lane. They're trying to get something happening, but with the Realm and the Life Drain, I'm just not seeing that damage right now. They even having to bring the Terrorblade in.
Yeah, the Metamorphosis, that'll give them the damage they need. Shining scouted out the Dark Willow, and I think they mainly wanted to make sure they get this tower. Like, they have to get something more out of this. The life of the Dark Willow is insufficient. But they know this at the same time from the Holy Grail. So they're positioned around this area, hoping to try and mount a defense. The push, however, is coming really, really quickly. And the tier 1 tower has already fallen. Sonic Wave will be there. There's a Primal Roar out onto Shining as well. And they should be able to kill off this Timbersaw. At the same time, there was a blast off in the middle of the fight onto the Queen of Pain. And she dies as well. Echo trying to get away. Swashbuckle here and why caught inside the Bramble and the Terrorize combo. Both of them should end up dead as they find themselves 4 heroes. Summer gets a double. They don't defend the tower, but they definitely get the fight and a tower of their own on the opposite side.
It just took them too long to make the move. When you think about Holy Grail, they were able to farm up the Helm of the Overlord. The Blink was coming out for Alchemist. And during that time, because they killed off this Willow, they were forcing themselves to hit the tier 1 with the meta. They were like, we have to take the tower. We need to progress the game state with every meta. Otherwise, this hero feels a little bit lost, a little bit punishable. And in doing so, it just perfectly aligned with this team timing that Holy Grail had it itemized for.
Oh, wow. Alchemist, though, he's in a lot of trouble. Gonna die to Shining. That damage. Dude, why is such a god with this Observer Ward? Getting the vision on the high ground. And now the Holy Grail getting hard punished for their positioning. They lose 1, they lose 2. Shining gets a double. Now they're looking towards a third. SJ also removed from play here. And they're not done just yet because Gone blinked in. Gone? What was happening? Oh no. 4 heroes dead now on their side. The Holy Grail, literally giving a Holy Grail of grace towards the Lost Ark. They say, drink up, boys. Here is some gold down your throats. And they just give away so many heroes in a row.
I can kind of see what Holy Grail was trying to do. It was shift that aggression from mid to top. You have the Beastmaster, you have all these timings, but if you play as a unit, you should be able to muscle up, and we're going to see a replay here. It doesn't help that. Look at the positioning. They're kind of just all waddling around the creep wave. There's no one holding the high ground. There's no one just positioning accordingly. But the Last Ark, they're the aggressors. They're the one thinking about how they want to get the kills, and in doing so, Echo is able to finally have some presence in the game and just kind of tear them apart.
Oh boy.
I don't even want to see the Quap die again. This was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah. This is when you just got a bit too greedy. Like, Normaland looked a bit too juicy there. The jump in from the Quap. If she had her full Aghanim Scepter, I can understand making that move. However, we are still quite a ways away from that point. Feels bad, man. That's game-changing. Luckily
for Holy Grail, like, it's game-changing, but it's not like game-losing. Like, with their lineup, they will always have the ability to go again, to find the time to fight, because they don't really have cooldowns they're thinking about. All their heroes that do have cooldowns buy items to give themselves presence. And
oh, sweet, I got the Naked Terrorblade bug. Hey, we'll talk about it after this fight, though. This is a Rolling Thunder with a blast off onto the Dark Willow, and she's going to end up dead. Global Silence will ensure they can potentially siege Summer, but they kind of want to get out of here. They're playing the edges, though. One of the TPs does get cancelled from Dolem's Beastmaster. He's not going to be here for this fight. Inhibit going out onto SJ through the diffuser blade. Standing his ground a little bit with the life drain, but will end up dead. A double for Echo. It is starting to get really scary.
They could go force for high ground, or they can go Roshan. They did all of this without using meta. I feel yeah, they could do something, but okay, they're not going to be too. That would have been a spicy high ground. I'll be clear. That would have been very potentially game losing, but I feel like there's something they could be achieving right now. Instead, they're kind of holding the enemy jungle. Yeah, they got to be careful. Like they're just, I don't want to say throwing away their lead, but they are misplaying themselves into a position where what could have been a 10k lead is now an awkwardly close game, and Alk's only 2,000 gold ahead of this Terrorblade. Think about the previous Alk game. We were talking about how he was like 6k up, 7k up, doubling in the Abad, and in this game he's barely building up a lead.
Yep, and to make matters worse, this is in a situation where he is not favored in the matchup. So he certainly can't afford to have a bad lead up against a TB. They will be forced to defend their tier 2 tower in the mid lane though, as the last stock put a little bit of harass in this direction. That being said, it's not that hard for them to clear out these creep waves. Dolem is here with his army. So the last stock, I don't think they have to stick around for this either. It's not required for them to force the pace of the game right now.
Yeah, once this lineup gets into a good position, Terrorblade will be able to send out these conjure images, these illusions, with ease to push out the waves. And then that need to find kills from Grail will just get a little bit harder, because now you're sending one hero back to constantly defend. And if you do push out the waves, you're going to try and run through the dire wards, and you have to start dewarding, and the game always gets difficult. That's why Terrorblade is so good as a hero. Once you get to that 25-30 minute mark, Terrorblade will dictate where the fights will occur because of the illusions. Same thing with Naga Siren. That's why these heroes, for at least the last 3+ years, have been at at least the top 15 of carries. And now finally, they go back for Roshan. Meta is back available. No Skadi complete yet, but this could be the fight that rebuilds the lead for Grail. Last night need to be careful. The last time they did this, they squandered their opportunity in the previous game with this awkward Abaddon.
Let's see if they're going to be able to find themselves the correct positioning here. They were inside the Roshan pit, but it was taking a bit too long. Beastmaster Hawk scouting out that the Terrorblade is here, but Shining is inside the smoke, so they don't know just yet. Echo looking for a target of the Rolling Thunder, going to where Radiant normally is positioned, but not finding anybody there. So now that's a Rolling Thunder committed. And I think they've seen it now, so they're aware that one of these big spells is down. Shining will cop a spell from this Alchemist, gets stunned up. Global Silence will be utilized right now, and the Pango jumps into the fray, but there's a BKB from the Alch, ready and willing to fight here. They haven't really done anything much just yet. They get the Primal Roar out onto Silencer, but Silencer, he's still alive for now, will eventually die. But it took so much time that Dolem is now in a bad position, so he's right underneath the Timbersaw, who chops him down, gets a double by taking out the Pugna as well. Silencer, he himself brought back, he actually finds the Queen of Pain, but they don't even care about her. They're like, Quap, do what you want. You can escape away from the fray. Our priority is Roshan, as the big man now has no defenders on the Radiant side.
That felt a little bit illegal from the Beastmaster there. He was in such a aggressive position. He felt like he had to roar whoever he saw, but putting it on the position 5 silencer, and Roshan for the last arc. Wow, this is... Honestly thought that Holy Grail had the makings of just momentum on their side, but it all boils down to that top tier 2 engagement where Echo found that opportunity to jump the ward that you mentioned, and killing off the Alk that one time really just elevated their ability to make these cool moves on the map. And Aegis, soon Skadi complete on Terrorblade.
Oof. Well, good luck, Alchemists, in the rest of your game, in your endeavors in the future. Things not seeming easy at the moment for the Holy Grail. And to make matters even worse, in that fight, not only did they manage to win it out, that also officially allowed Echo to leap over this Queen of Pain. Like the Quap is now behind him. She's the lowest of all the cores on the map. Pango has Basher, Blink Dagger, Diffusal Blade, can actually play Dota. And she only has Yule Scepter. This is not enough defensiveness for a game like this.
Yeah, a lot of queens we see, it's all about this Ags Rush, right? It's about utilizing the Shadow Strike, causing it to also apply the Scream of Pain. Basically, it's a farming tool. But because she went the Yules and the Kaya, and then the Ags after, it has hurt her ability to keep, or at least scale with net worth after her early game performance. But also you can argue she kind of needs the Yules. She's against the Silencer. She's respecting that aspect. But maybe the Kaya, like, it feels like Yules Ags, I could see her having 2,000 more net worth right now, maybe 3,000. But because she went for this Kaya, it has stalled out her ability to really just get herself in.
She's trying to finish off this Ags, but they'll have to come very quickly because the last Dark not going to give you several opportunities to free farm the map. They're slowly but surely pushing you in, sieging the tier 2 tower up top. And there's almost no way to defend this right now. You just got to accept that it's gone.
I mean, last Dark, they have, as a team, all itemized to just propel Terrorblade right now. You got the Drum on the Silencer, you got the Greaves on the Techies. Yeah, both supports doing pretty well on that front. Of course, Pangolier is just going to be annoying with his Diffusal Basher that you've mentioned. So, yeah, excited to see how they approach the high ground. Crimson Guard on the Timber has been very useful in the last 14 or so minutes. A lot of small instances of damage come out.
Still playing with the Sages, so they'll just decide to commit it onto the high ground. But they went in with Rolling Thunder, didn't find anything. That is the one thing that is a bit of a problem for them overall. But they do struggle with these fights if Echo doesn't connect the Rolling Thunder and immediately leave. Dolam, what a player. Utilizing his army to push through the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane to make sure that Holy Grail behind, yes, but can still play the map.
Yeah, this Beastmaster is going to be very pivotal in Holy Grail's ability to take the perfect fight, have all your summons in one lane, and then have that smoke going elsewhere. Once the Aegis is out, that's the moment where they'll be smoking to the top side of the map. Kill off the techies for free whilst they see the heroes bottom reacting. But right now, yeah, they're too far behind to look for that play.
Holy Grail, at least pushing out the top side of the map so that the waves aren't on the base.
By himself.
Will he get caught though? He's a little bit chunky. He's gonna back off a little bit. He's not that tanky though. 22 armor, 2k HP. They have the damage to kill him. So if he reveals himself here, he will surely die. But he's playing carefully at the moment.
Yeah, if he shows here, then potentially some blink. Okay, no, they don't.
Gets back immediately. Still though, they just want the tower.
Why, he's still
that's
going?
their priority. They're actually gonna smoke again. They're coming back for him. They really want this. And he's farming here, Summer. He has blink though, so it should be okay. It's fine.
Again, if you last Dark with the Aegis, with buying the small crystal, like not the small, just the Crystallis, you kind of want to poke your head at high ground just to force them back. If you don't, then Grail will happily just exist on the map and continue just farming whilst you're huddled up as 5.
They do need to be careful though. Queen of Pain has just picked up a Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
They lost the tier 2 top. Oh, okay.
He's doing very good work at least equally trading towers at this point in the game. Like the net worth is very even. Sure, Alk should in theory be much further ahead, but the fact that all the other cores on Grail have been able to keep their games going is good stuff. Aegis out in 2 seconds, so this is why you see Grail awkwardly smoked up as 3. Nice force stuff from the techies.
Yeah. Normal End is gonna die, but he repositions them, forces them to take a little bit of time doing it. Even receives a Crimson Guard for his efforts, and his team is actually gonna try and take this fight. Echo comes in with the Rolling Thunder onto Summer. They want this Alchemist potentially. Primal Roar will be there to stall out this Pangolier. And unfortunately for them, Erica not in position with his Terrorblade, so Alchemist should end up being okay in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, the techies provide so much control in these fights with his Blast-Off that when he's dead, you kind of need to respect it. Like, how many stuns do we have on on die. Let's count them on one hand, okay? There's Rolling Thunder.
Uh-huh.
And there's Blast Off. Okay, cool. So that exercise was finished very quickly. It's 2 stuns. It's nothing. So yeah, as soon as one of those heroes die, there's a Basher. All right. Ooh, look at me. I can highlight the Basher. But that is pivotal. That is honestly the 3rd best stun they have. It is impeccable itemization by Echo.
Ugly Basher. Game is hard.
I mean, I feel like Timbersaw, like if Amar was playing this Timbersaw, he would have probably gone like the Sanjkaya BKB Hex by now. Like, he would have identified the need for control. You get the Hex, and now Alk can't blink in with the confidence of, this is my fight, I'm going here. Because if BKB's down, he's going to get controlled, put to half HP by Timber alone. So I think that is the difference in mindsets from Timber players. Because Shining's looking at this game as, I want to be tanky. I'll do my damage throughout the course of a minute-long fight, a 2-minute-long fight. Whilst Amar, one of Europe's best Timbersaw players, he likes to be a little bit more explosive. Again, each player to themselves. And in this game, it probably doesn't matter too much just because of how the game is going. Terrorblade's already doing so much work. Timber's items aren't going to be too much of an impact.
That is true. Terrorblade, so far we have seen that it's been Erica's game to lose. They were doing a lot better earlier on, but things have started to fall apart for the side of Holy Grail. There is going to be another Roshan potentially in 35 seconds. And we'll see if Holy Grail want to contest that or at least start getting vision around the area. As we see the Lost Dark, they're the ones already in waiting. They already have some mines inside the pit. They want to make sure that this is the Aegis that ends the game. It's not going to be a farming Aegis, I can tell you that much.
I'll look for Roshan. Oh, it may respawn in 11 seconds. Okay.
Let's see, is it long or short? Quick. Long, short.
Minute 11.
Minute 11. All right, I'll go 2 minutes. Let's see what we get. Wow, okay. The very opposite.
Should we split the difference?
Funnily enough, this is actually the difference between a minute 11 and 2 minutes. So yes, we should.
No, we chilling. No, we're good. So, all right, quick Roshan spawn. Of course, this is why Techie's additional value. Not only does he have information based on smoke movements, he can instantly scout out Roshan. Luckily for Grail, they also have the Hawk preemptively there. It is going to die the exact second Roshan spawns. So they need to be very visual on the minimap or on the pit to see this.
It might do that though, no, but you know sometimes Roshan respawns a second after. So I think they might not see this. Let's see. Let's trigger Radiant Vision. Let's see what they have. Will they see the big man? No, they won't. Oh, but here's another one. Here's another one. The new one comes.
There we go. Second Hawk comes in.
So both teams are now aware that Roshan is up. Holy Grail gathered up here on the bottom side of the map. So they're coming to mount a potential defense. It's not easy though. This Timbersaw might not be dealing as much damage, but he has a Heart of Tarask now, so he's super tanky.
Like he also didn't even go like Acadins, for example, which makes him very tanky as well. Like this is very old school Timbersaw I'm seeing.
New tech. Oh no, Rolling Thunder, they found Summer. Summer needs to get the hell out of here on this Alchemist. He gets stunned up again. Does have BKB to try and pop. He's going to need to use it sooner rather than later. Primal Roar thrown out onto this Pangolier, and that will enable him to kill him. There's a Terrorize onto Erica as well, but they just do not have the damage unless Summer is beating him down. Still though, it's a 4v5 affair. They do get a Sonic Wave out onto the Terrorblade. There will be a global though with the Thunder. That'll enable TB to live. Jump back in. For Timbersaw, he's just trying to make sure there's as much space in this fight as possible. As we have a jump in from Summer, he finds 3 with the stun. But where's the follow-up, T? Dolem instead is the one that gets turned upon with the Metamorphosis. As he dies, Blast Off ensures they can kill DQQ. And Erica just taking over this fight, rinsing through heroes. The Alchemist is gone. Queen of Pain might be joining him on the other side of the map, but she's taking a trip through the fountain. As they kill 4. The path to Roshan lies open yet again. And Lost Ark just seeming like the stronger team on the map right now, T. I don't think Holy Grail were prepared for that fight as much as they thought they would be. Yeah,
it was quite a weird engagement when you think about it. It was this large chase down from the Lost Ark. Pango instantly dies off the Roar and the right click. Terrorblade very easily put to half HP. And we're going to see the replay here. Like the fact that Echo, he pretty much by himself. He's on the far hand left-hand side. Both supports take the most tree-based route to try and get there. I think Gan's doing a great job just zoning them away. And it kind of looks like a good start to the fight. You're going to see in a second how this Terrorblade Mantis walks himself into the route. And at this point, it's getting kind of dicey. BK being looking for that Sunder opportunity. But Echo with the buyback, Timbersaw doing well as well. It's just too drawn out. And the Summer, this is now the big L, I think, for Grail. Summer jumping back in, not thinking about his team being in the right position, and unable to take the fights. I think both teams doing a good job with their certain heroes to just drag heroes away. Cop at the very start of the fight with the supports, Timbersaw at the tail end of the fight with the cores, and in doing so, eventually, Terrorblade was able to reign supreme and get that Aegis as well.
There's a world somewhere out there where Summer goes in for that massive stun at the same time as we have access to the Sonic Wave from Gun.
Sure.
But sadly, it's not the world we have. And we're losing supports right now because we have seen Silencer die on the other side of the map, but DQQ will get taken out in dire jungle. So they do avenge some lives here, demonstrate they still have some kill threat no matter where they are on the map.
Dude, this Techies clicks on his Timbersaw and goes, all right, you bought one aura, fine, I'll buy the rest. And he's like, all right, I got Greaves and Pipe on the menu. So they are going to have all 3 auras available. And I think with Terrorblade as your carry, any source of like healing or magic resistance or anything makes this hero insane, because then it's like that Sunder. How many times have you seen like the 10 HP Sunder, the 100 HP Sunder? One magic barrier from the Pipe, one heal from the Greaves, it enables that. So I think auras are super crucial with a Terrorblade on your team, and now they are about to complete all 3 of them, which is going to make it even harder for Grail to actually convert and kill him. Not once, but actually twice.
They might try to kill the Techies right now. Normal End gets a forced off to the low ground. They chase him with the Primal Roar, Abyssal Blade on him, and even with their active Taser, they will still be able to find the kill. It's a big deal because it also drops the gem down. So, not a small, insignificant pickup for the side of Holy Grail. It allows them to reclaim some map control now.
Yeah. It's always nice taking the gem, especially when you're behind. De-warding one ward is key, but I guess for Dark, most of their wards are kind of expended for the Roshan contest. They've already used, 2 wards for this big fight on the far south side of the map. Like, they're really bad wards now. They're not providing anything for this game. So they're going to need to reset a little bit, wait for their observers to come back online before they can play the wider map. And in doing so, they're kind of forced to run it down lanes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Playing as they can right now. Down bottom, this Terrorblade has picked up a new Blink Dagger, building in towards a Swift Blink. Then at that point, we have space for maybe 1 more slot, but then we should have a completely kitted out TB. He's so big, dude. 3k HP, 32 armor. And this is before any of the heals and auras come in.
Keeping up with the Alchemist pretty much the entire game.
But a player, Echo, jumped in. They found the stun onto God, but there's no follow-up in time. Terrorize will be there, sending back a couple of heroes. So they haven't been able to put damage down onto any of these heroes. Summer threw out the stun onto Erica. This Terrorblade is actually quite low. He's gonna die here.
He's just dead.
The Abyssal Blade will be there. They do commit the Global Silence, but this is while the Terrorblade's already dead. He blinks out though as he respawns. Sonic Wave only connected onto the Timber, but he barely tickled by this. He backs out. He's still Gucci. But without the Sages, perhaps they don't feel safe and comfortable remaining on the high ground. They don't have the Metamorphosis either. So Lost Dog should end up retreating from this area.
Yeah, that was probably not a play Erica wants to remember for too long. The walk behind enemy racks, tier 3 even still alive, go for the Sunder, can't get it off, feed die. So yeah, not the greatest of plays, but is it big enough of an issue for a comeback? Again, it's so deceptive with the Alchemist in the team because the net worth's kind of inflated. Out will always have items. Does it translate to game impact right now? It's a bit awkward for this hero, I feel. I think the Abyssal Blade for sure could be the undoing. If Terrorblade steps up again, he knows that he can get 100 to 0 inside of this Abyssal Blade. So he does need to be mindful of that. It isn't these Terrorblades that can just walk up any high ground and A-click their way through the fight, Satanic up, etc. Like, this is a relatively fragile Terrorblade to some degree, even though he has 3k HP. Like, it's not like a Butterfly or the Satanic or any of this stuff to give him tankiness.
They do have in their lineup access to a Lincoln Sphere from this Pangolier that they can put onto the TB, but it's only the one.
That's going to help, yeah.
And they do have a lot of spells to get through Lincolns. And look at TB. Is he trying to go... What's he doing here, Erica? What's the plan here, boss?
The old wave skipper Rooney.
Yo, that
you can't force me back to base because we can fortify your one wave skip.
Dude, like, he knows that they have his team's gem. Holy smokes, this man has ice in his veins. You know how angry I'd be if I saw my Terrorblade doing that play? Be like, bro, be careful.
Yeah, that's the type of time in pubs where, as a POS 5, you're either screaming to your character, please don't die, and he's like, yo, shut up, bro. And then it works. You're like, you're a god. It doesn't work. You're like, oh, yeah, I can never climb MMR. I'm a POS 5 and this is my course, you know? It's the duality of playing Dota.
Well, it worked out from this time because not only did he cut the wave, he managed to force them back. They smoked up on Radiant side and don't find anything. So what seemed like a madman play turns out to be this very genius next level.
Yeah.
Eternal Envy might have retired, but the spirit of EE 50/50 is being carried by Erica right now.
Yeah, that's maybe the start of the code. The E at the end of his name, maybe something to do with the 4 in the other letters. It can translate into another E or something. Yes, I see it. Tormentor number 2, please. This time Pangolier gets the shard. It's going to help a little bit, I think, especially because of the CC issues they have. If they are able to get on top of the ALK one time with the roll as a blink initiation, getting that second stun with the shard turnaround could honestly be enough to give TB time to kill off a hero. So, not the worst hero to pick up the free shard.
Right now,
Quap isn't actually ready for this engagement right now. She's still running around in base.
Yeah, they need the Quap of Pain. Fortunately for them, I guess they can port her onto the outpost, but it has to happen sooner rather than later, because the last Dark also in the area, thinking about a fight. And the Quap, she's coming in, but oh my goodness, is she gonna arrive just as the TB does? Indeed, that's what happens. She pops her Shiva's gone, trying to run deeper into the fray. Look at Summer though, triggering a stun. He jumps on the backline, he finds the silencer. Can they kill him in time? Yes, they can. No buyback for him. Sonic Wave pushing back this Pangolier, and they kill him with the Primal Roll. At the same time, Terrorblade able to take out the 2 supports with the help of the Timber, both of whom will buy back. Rolling Thunder coming in from Echo as he bought back with the Blast Off, also connecting onto Summer. He's been chain disabled, and now he's been right-clicked down by Erica. Lost Dark have seemingly won the fight, but let's see what more they have. They have a lot of health lost on this Techies. Needs to be very careful. So does Terrorblade, needs to watch himself. Does end up sundering off of the Queen of Pain. Beastmaster throwing in axes. Seeing this Techies as low. Wants to supply the damage from afar, but doesn't have enough of it. Shining, blinks back in with the chakrams being thrown everywhere. And the fight is sort of grinding to a halt. And Silencer, dead all that time ago, is actually respawning, and the fight's not over just yet. So they have Global online for the side of Lost Dark. Holy Grail need to respect and be aware of this. But they're still chasing T. They still want somebody desperately. They come across normal end. They don't have the damage to kill him off quickly. They're using the Bedlam. They do finally eliminate him. And Summer blinking onto Shining right now. The Primal Roar is back online. They will actually kill the Timbersaw. Are you kidding me?
This fight lasted so long. Like the Silencer respawn, the meta obviously went down. As soon as Terrorblade meta's down, you're kind of missing the hero. His 33k net worth is kind of gone. So that's where Grail are able to just extend the fight, continue kiting back, and both teams trying to find a positional advantage. And somehow Holy Grail, they just found it.
My goodness. It also turned out to, while all that was happening, we did have Roshan Timer come up and was max respawn, dude. Are you kidding me? Only this kind of game could produce that. Chakram going on to 2 heroes. Look at Shining go on to Dolem and Summer. Really wants to chase them in. Echo comes with him with the Rolling Thunder, but doesn't connect onto anybody just yet. BKB from Summer to avoid the stuns. However, SJ not going to be as lucky. That's a dieback on the Pugna. Swashbuckle goes in onto Dolem, stores him up. But look at Summer going on to Erica. They kill the Terrorblade. He's forced to buy back. Abyssal Blade stun onto Shining right now. Primal Roar back online again in this fight. As DQQ finishes him off with the Bedlam. Massive gains for the side of Holy Grail. Roshan still hasn't spawned, but they want to fight. But with this buyback on the TB, they might not feel strong enough to actually go kill off the Rosh. He hasn't spawned yet either.
I mean, Alk's doing the damage now. In the previous fight, both Alk and Corp were at the top for the Radiant side, and again for this one, both pumping out like 3,500 damage. Corp's finally overcome her issues of the early game with only having yours Kaya. She got the Shivas, the Ag Spam. Alk's easily able to lock onto heroes with his Abyssal Blade. Plenty of damage. And I think, the Pugna Willow, they're doing a very good job of just being bodies that look like good targets to go on. I feel like the Last Dark, they see this Pugna, they're throwing in the Rolling Thunder on top, and in doing so, now you're giving enough information to jump the Silencer or to Abyssal down the Terrorblade. And yeah, these long kited out fights, the Last Dark are just getting a little bit outplayed, and they were very excited to use their buybacks. The only 2 heroes with buybacks now are Corp and Beastmaster.
Oof.
Everyone else's, Techies and Silencer, is because they don't have gold, but everyone else is on cooldown. Like, the fact that all of this happened, and then the Grail are the ones getting the Roshan at the start, it's like, phew, what an event.
I don't know how you feel about this, but when the last time I was casting with Lizard, I was telling him, I actually don't, if I'm playing Dota at a pro level right now, I don't even want to think about Roshan. You know how many times I've seen the entire game turn? In this exact area. Radiant side Roshan fighting around this twin gate, and something calamitous happens. The entire game turns, you lose, give up an Aegis cheese. It's really difficult.
I think it's specifically because of the daytime aspect, right? Like, if this was a nighttime Roshan, and it boils down to the same thing. Remember in the Abaddon game on Last Dark when they did the Roshan play? Exact same thing. It was daytime. They were dire. Radiant bought back, used the outpost, TP straight back into the fight, was able to convert on Roshan. Same thing happens here. So I think you just need to be careful which day-night cycle you're trying to do Roshan on based on your team. Because otherwise, at this point in the game, with no tier 1s, no tier 2s, it's going to be a grief. Big smoke wrap around though from Grail.
Why? About to get griefed? What?
Oh, let's follow the stun. Follow the stun.
What a player. Let's see.
It's currently passing the tier 2.
It's coming.
This fight's not important, Scriff. Come on.
It's coming. Boom!
There it is. Got stunned. Right. Don't worry. We did miss it. It's fine. That's a cool ward. Don't know what to say. Just a bit upset I didn't see Silas get stunned.
T got 1 strike. I wanted to see a stun chasing across the entire map.
I will go quiet for 5 seconds. I'll see you in 5 seconds.
So now, game feels very awkward. Queen of Pain has an absurd amount of net worth herself. So does the Beastmaster. So does the Alchemist. The entire lineup of Holy Grail feel like they are reaching the zenith of their powers. Even about to pick up his full Swift Blink on Summer. That's so much money that he has.
The fact that Terrorblade bought the Hex is a statement to the fact that they do need to have that control factor inside the kill. And I mentioned it about 20 minutes ago about the Timbersaws itemization and him going for the Hex. The fact that he's now indirectly forced the Terrorblade to go for it, you're missing out on the Satanic or the Butterfly, that big item that can save him. Like, potentially the Butterfly could be enough without. He can't really buy MKB right now. Butterfly would change that. If he has Satanic, sure, he gets Abyssal, but rather than having to look for a Sunder, he's going to press Meta, Satanic, and kill. So if the Last Arc do lose this game, I think we could potentially boil it down to, sure, game mechanics and choices, but itemization could be one of the undoings for them right now.
Could certainly see a Hex on... Hell, even if the Terrorblade was going to come back for a second Hex, I do agree with you that the first one should have been on the Timbersaw, 100%. The way that the game is going right now, though, doubt he'll have enough time to farm this up before the game is over. So he's gonna just stay his current course. They need to be careful, though. Dolem has Blink Dagger and Primal Roar at the ready. He actually was threatening Erica. Yeah. Oh my god.
There's some heroes where they get like the perfect neutral item, right? And it's Ninja Gear for like Beastmaster. I don't know. I don't know what other tier 4 would you want on a Beastmaster. Sometimes it's like Trickster Cloak. It kind of does the same thing. There's arguments maybe for Martyr's Plate as well with the 25% magic resist, but Ninja Gear is just so clean on this hero.
Yeah.
That's a lot of spell prisms in this game. 4 spell prisms.
It's a lot of them. The only other one is maybe a Relic, if you're feeling like you don't have enough Disable overall, but
sure.
Yeah.
Counter status resist, get some more buff. Yeah, I can see it, but yeah, I just love when players feel Ninja Gear being like the right item, because sometimes you pick it up, it's useless, right? But in these games where it's quite close, it's dragged out, you already got the good vision yourself, like it can really help you. So will be a key thing to look out for Dome if he's able to actually find some of these pickoffs with the item. And he's going for a Hex himself. He's pretty much there. Of course, he needs to balance the idea of buyback. He currently has it. Of course, can't go buyback and Hex.
Another really good neutral item in this game, though, is the one that Echoes has. As it did pick up the Mindbreaker. Super good with Pangolier in general. And will also mean that Silencer can hopefully have a BKB02 4-star before he has to activate the global in the fight. They're going into the smoke right now from the last stock. They are aware that the Aegis is about to expire. And they were hoping to try and catch Holy Grail with their pants down. But nope, they are playing very cleanly. Summer was a little bit alone, but he's very rapidly heading towards where his team is. And Holy Grail, aware of this move, nobody's going to get caught, and they maintain their advantage on the map.
Damn, and Terrorblade, he's going just for a refresher. He doesn't see a route where, because of the Hex, he can then go for the Butterfly, the Satanics, and these kind of traditional items. So he's really leaning into the not the spell casting aspect, but more the I want to... What's happening?
No! Gun again! Oh my god, Gun is so unlucky. Dude, Gun actually blinked. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, okay, cool.
Gun is gone. Unlucky. Luckily for him, does have the buyback. Will he want to use it? Of course not. I think Last Start did a really good job just kind of ignoring the fact they had the Aegis, dodging the fights, constantly skipping.
Oh no. Gun immediately triggers or cues BKB off if that happens though. I think he felt more comfortable, but now we'll see if they can find revenge for him as they jump Erica. And they might find this 100-0 when they do.
Jeez.
Oh my god, they're Terrorblade just not tanky enough. And Erica has just gone dead to rights, removed from play by Holy Grail.
Yo, the death summary does look extremely hyped for Terrorblade, to be fair. It is just concoction, abyssal dead. Like, in the matter of 3 seconds, 3,500 HP, Terrorblade just got deleted. I'm very sorry that you can't... There we... All right, what? No, it didn't work. What? It's bugged? Oh. I'm so sorry for teasing you, stream. But unfortunately, it isn't working for you. But I can see it, and it does look... There was actually a 0.4 second window where he could have pressed... There you go. See that little window post-abyssal? That was a BKB pressing window.
So you could have gotten off BKB and then died anyway, because Summer does like 300 right-click damage.
Yes. But technically, you could argue he could have BKB'd.
Okay.
But I mean, Terrorblade just needs to respect the fact that with this itemization, he is not the one at the forefront of the fight. He's the one playing on the fringe, blinking in with the Hex, metaing, and then taking the fight after the Timbersaw soaked it. So I would like to see Erica reposition himself and look to be kind of like emulating like an Axe style of play, where he hides in the tree line, he pushes with the like other things, and then takes the fight after.
Right now, they're trying to force out his buyback at the very least, as Holy Grail have managed to force out a glyph. They're just slowly but surely pushing in the mid and bottom waves. Tier 3 tower bottom's already at half HP. But with Terrorblade about to respawn, yeah, they're pinging Roche. They don't want to stick around. And unfortunately for them, Roche is not going to be here for another 90 seconds at least. It's a long time. But that's also a really long time, T. The amount of time before Terrorblade's courier is back. He had his recipe killed off.
Oof. Is there an argument where he just rebuys the refresher outright? Just sold the recipe? Or is that too game losing at this point of the game with his buyback cost being 3.3k gold? Yeah, probably.
3.3.
Probably should be that. Yeah, it's a lot of gold.
It's expensive.
All right,
Not
so
cheap.
Roshan up in 60 seconds. They've already placed their wards. They're positioned very aggressively at this tree line.
They're actually triggering the stun. Summer wants to go in. He finds the silencer. He does have buyback though, so he can utilize it. Spends it immediately. Echo though going in with the Pangolier. Sonic Wave holds him in position, and now he's stuck, so he can't progress further in the engagement. So they have the silencer back online, but if he dies again, it's a dieback. And now we don't have Rolling Thunder, but we still don't have Roshan. This must be so frustrating if you're the Holy Grail at the moment.
It's death by 1,000 cuts, it feels.
Shining. He's on the forefront of the fight right now. He's eating in some damage. Global Silence will be committed as Erica is able to kill off DQQ, but he does have buyback. And they're on Radiant side, so he can come back quite quickly. Primal Roar goes out onto Erica. The big man's been caught. They get some damage out onto him. He's hexed right now. He's killed off. That's a death on the Terrorblade. He dies back, though, to come back into the fray. In the meantime, Terrorblade will get there as the Timbersaw already mopping up house in this fight. Kills off the Alchemist, but the Alch will buy back. Pangolier now falling low. Gone able to kill him off, forcing a buyback from him as well. The silencer for why? He is gonna get killed off, and now it's Erica versus the world, but the world is stronger than he is. And the Terrorblade is dead. 2 minutes, no buyback. Primal Roar stores up this Pangolier yet again. Sonic Wave kills him off. God gets an ultra kill. And with Shining stalled up, you know what you gotta do, boys. Give it to him. He deserves it. He gets the Rampage. And that ends the game. GG, well played is called. The Holy Grail have done it. They will sup in heaven tonight as they get the 2-1 victory over the Dark.